Our top lead this evening, from Amul's Bangalore debate to the Ayodhya replica in Ramanagara to Tipu and Savarkar. The canvas that surrounds the Karnataka elections is wide, it's colorful, and it's often very polarizing. Adding to its ever-expanding breadth, quota. The Congress is now promising to expand the quota in the state from 56% to 75%. That is a breathtaking height of 19%. Affirmative action may or may not be at the heart of this promise, but politics certainly is. The Congress wants the caste census made public and says that this 75% reservation will be based on that, will be based on the caste census. This, they say, shows their and Rahul Gandhi's commitment to the OBCs, contrary to the narrative that the BJP has spun around the Modi surname controversy. I have an interview with the Congress MP coming up on the show, so do wait for that. But for the moment, the BJP, whose big poll plank is demolishing the 4% Muslim quota, a move that has now been stalled by the Supreme Court, is calling the Congress promise absolute bunkum. Listen in, both to the BJP and the Congress, and we take the story forward after that.
सिद्दारामैया ने हमारे कर्नाटक के लोगों को गुमराह करते हैं, ये तो झूठ बोलते हैं, क्योंकि इसको पता है कर्नाटक में कांग्रेस का सरकार नहीं आएगा, इसी से करने का जरूरत ही भी नहीं पड़ेगा। अभी आप बात कर रहे हैं 75% रिजर्वेशन देंगे, इसी में 13% मुसलमान को देंगे, किधर से देंगे आप? ये तो पूरा का पूरा झूठ है, गुमराह का बात है।
More than 50% is not possible, Shobha ji. Then how come 40% commission agent had increased 50 to 56%? For your information, Tamil Nadu state had a reservation of 69%, 69%. And there is a process of doing this.
Now, even if the Congress wins and Karnataka's quota touches 75%, it will still not be the state with the highest quota. Jharkhand actually tops the list with 77%. Let's put that graphic up for our viewers. Chhattisgarh is at 76%. MP has a quota of 73%, and you have Tamil Nadu, which is standing at 69%. The founding fathers of the Indian Constitution gave 10% room for reservation. And it was only in legislatures, and it was supposed to be in place for just 10 years until 1960. Today, we are at a point when the Supreme Court says the 50% ceiling is flexible, and quotas in central government jobs and educational institutions right now is at 59.5%. States, as you can see, are in a race to outdo each other and show who has the maximum reservation. Now, quota is a tool of affirmative action. Some can even argue that it is not at odds with merit. The Supreme Court has made this argument. Question is, where does one draw the line? Where lies the Lakshman Rekha? Today it's 75%, tomorrow you will make it 90%. What happens to people who are middle class and not part of any reserved category? Can reservations be distributed like revaris ahead of an election? Can political promises be made without a thought to social impact? Let me put that question to my guests who are joining me this evening. This debate will take place in two parts. There's the political aspect to it, and there is the aspect of debating quota, whether quota is contrary to merit as well. So this debate will have two parts. Vijay Prasad is spokesperson of the BJP Karnataka, joining us on the broadcast. Aiyshwarya Mahadev is spokesperson of the Congress party. Mr. Kishore Subramaniam is a financial expert, and we have Ashok Bharti, who is chairperson of the National Confederation of Dalit and Adivasis organization. Thank you very much, all four of you, for being with us. I do need to today speak to and start with the Congress spokesperson on the show. Aiyshwarya Mahadev, I'm coming to you first. Why this sudden need to declare in the middle of an election season that the Congress party, if it comes to power in Karnataka, will up the quota in Karnataka by 19% to 75%?
Good evening, Shreya. Let me first give you context. The BJP government here has played a fraud upon the aspirations of communities that have been agitating for reservation. And reservation and quotas as a whole are a means of social justice and for bringing forward and empowering communities that have been left behind. What did the BJP government do? And I'll give it all to you in context and what the Congress is saying. The BJP government basically issued a government order where they enhanced reservation from 50 to 56%. If you have to obviously escape judicial scrutiny, in the 56%, that new order should have been placed in the 9th schedule, which the Modi government has rejected to do first. Second is you have reclassified OBC communities without any report and without any metric, which is patently illegal. Now, the Supreme Court has placed a stay on their reservation order and has said you go back to the 2002 level, and the BJP government has agreed, which in fact means today in Karnataka, there is no enhanced reservation as of the BJP government's proclamation, and it goes back to 2002 level. What did Mr. Siddaramaiah say? Mr. Siddaramaiah, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Shri Mallikarjun Kharge, and all our leaders have been saying that reservations are a means of social justice, and it has to be done on the order of a census. A socio-economic survey also has to take place, neither of which have been done in this case. What we are saying is this: after a socio-economic caste-based census that will tell us what are the needs of the communities that need adequate representation, we will hike up the quota as and when required. And if you look at the net of communities today, the Vokaligas, the Lingaites, the OBCs, the SCs and STs, it is a large number of people. So we need to have a true assessment. So Mr. Siddaramaiah has said, based on empirical evidence, a commission report that is required, and through the constitutional means, we will enhance reservation. It could be even more, it could be even less. There is nothing wrong in what Mr. Siddaramaiah is saying, and this is the clarity that I would like to bring to you.
No, they have not said it could be a little less. No, they haven't said it could be a little less. No, when it comes to quota, more is less.
Shreya, 1 second. If you want to talk about that, okay, fine, it could be 80. Maybe based on the necessity, it could be lower. Mr. Siddaramaiah has capped it at 75, saying based on the merits and the needs for communities that need empowerment. If you want to talk on jargon, we can talk about 100 of things that the BJP has spoken of, none of which have come to fruition. I am just saying, based on the needs of society today,
Vijay Prasad?
that quotas need to be a means of empowerment for those that need it the most. And honestly, I really wish the BJP...
And here's what I don't understand. Okay, Aishwarya, you've made your point clear. It's interesting that reservations are being promised right in the middle of poll season. That's what is very interesting to me. And can you just distribute reservations, like a political rebadi without looking at its social impact? That's a question that the Congress party will need to answer. Anyhow, let Vijay Prasad come in. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let Vijay Prasad come in. He's spokesperson of the BJP. Yes, Mr. Vijay Prasad, please go ahead.
We have been hearing throughout the day what Siddaramaiah is saying. Whatever he has said so far, it is just a farce. Karnataka people are quite wise, and they don't fall for this unconstitutional guarantee which Siddaramaiah and Congress is guaranteeing just during the course of the election. So one thing is what we need to tell is that a national party which was in power for 70 years failed to fulfill the constitutional responsibilities and obligations. And Congress, at any point of time, has never understood the social, what the social justice is, and they have never delivered that. And see, they say 50 to 75%. Who is Siddaramaiah fooling? They are showing moon to the people. Siddaramaiah is not an ordinary person who can make these claims. He himself was a chief minister, former chief minister, an opposition leader, a 14-time finance minister, and a lawyer by himself. So what is he guaranteeing? Who is he trying to fool?
No. Why are you saying? Why are you saying who is he trying to fool? No, I don't understand. Mr. Prasad, I don't understand this argument. Look around you. Look around you. In fact, let me put that graphic for our viewers once again about the list of states where reservation has exceeded 75%.
Guarantee. Congress is equal to guarantee of lives. By Bhatija guarantee.
He
but
came
not
for
50
the
to
wrong
75%, but
yeah,
not 50 to
clearly.
7. Aiyshwarya, I did not intervene. Please have patience. Please have decency, please.
No,
Have decency.
Mr. Prasad,
Huh.
Mr.
So,
Prasad,
see, this is Congress.
Mr. Prasad, again, how are you saying that it's not constitutionally possible? Of course, increasing quota in any state is constitutionally possible. Just look at that list there.
What will they say?
Jharkhand is 77%. The Supreme Court has also said. The Supreme Court has also said the 50% Lakshman Rekha ceiling they had put is flexible. Kitna बढ़ा लो?
Not included in any part of the reservation. What about those people? How do you
That's a
find
question. No, go. That's a question I want to ask as well. That is a question I want to ask as well, because that is a question that is at the crux of the debate this evening. That politicians can promise whatever they want to promise to settle their vote bank. No, the BJP has also done it. No, the BJP has also done it, Mr. Prasad. The BJP wanted to take away 4% Muslim quota. For what, Joy? We know for what, right? It was vote bank politics. That we are taking it from the Muslims and giving it to the Hindus. We are giving it to the Lingayats and the Vokalligas.
You are mixing up this 4% reservation is purely based on the religious what Congress has doing, but we have removed it. You see, unconstitutional. We don't believe in religious reservation. See, we have BJP is the only party.
Then remove the quota for Jains and Christians.
No. See. BJP
then remove the quota for Jains and Christians in Karnataka as well.
Social justice to
if you don't believe in quotas based on religion.
Can you give me 10 seconds so that I can finish whatever I want to say? See,
10 seconds.
Yes,
10 seconds, Mr. Prasad, then I'm going to my other guests.
Yes, 10 seconds. BJP has laid its hand on beehives. We will draw the honey and we will ensure that the honey is distributed to all the needy. And BJP is the only party that can give social justice, not Congress. I would like to reiterate that BJP is the only party that can draw the honey and can serve the people of the need of the society who are in need. And we will ensure that social justice is done.
Okay, we'll see. Kishore Subramania and Ashok Bharti, I'm just getting you into this debate. We've heard the politicians. And I got in the politicians first because this story, the genesis of this story is in Karnataka and the Karnataka elections. Kishore, Ashokji, I know what your views are, so let me come to you last. Let me get in Kishore Subramania. Kishore Subramania, there is a point that the BJP spokesperson has raised. The BJP spokesperson says, what happens to people who don't fall under any reserved category? What if I am middle class? What if my income is more than 8 lakh rupees per annum? I am not from the SC community. I am not from the ST community. I am not from the OBC. I am not EWS. What happens to me? Revdiya har jagah baat dijiye. What happens to me? Today it's 75%. Tomorrow it will be 85%. Will you push it to 100% one day?
Yeah.
Why are you edging me out?
So, good evening to all my panelists. And Shreya, I would like to answer this first. What happens to that person who does not belong to this bracket at all? And there is live sitting in front of you, a person who does not belong to this category. I have never enjoyed reservation, and for me, it is unjust. So the question is a very valid question, but let me put some disclaimers as far as what the Congress and the BJP are saying both here. Point number one, this is an election bogey. The way a freebie is given, this is a revdi given to public to make votes. Because reservation per se, when India got independent, Ambedkar vision, at least I was not alive at that point of time, but I can't authenticate the statements, but it was always meant to be for 10 or 15 years. Now, reservation has become an eternal stuff. Now, people have gone to a ceiling level of 77%, 78%. Now, one day make it 100%, ensure that the meritocracy is totally wiped out and it is thrown out of the window. I agree with BJP on one thing, that they want to eventually taper this down and get it down. And to my friend Congress spokesperson, I would like to say one very important thing. Any sort of reservation socially, which has been done to industries, human beings, based on caste, religion, whatever you call it, has always led to disaster. And no better example of that than understanding the fact of the matter that in 45 years of their ruling from 1947 to 92, India almost became bankrupt. We were on the verge of bankruptcy thanks to this allocation of social system, and you did not follow a capitalistic and a fair meritocracy point, and India became bankrupt. So let's be clear. Congress's model is a whitewash, and every time before the election, they come up with this bogey, let's increase reservation. I am not talking politics, but let me tell you, the meritocracy in India is frustrated. So if you're going to continue this bogey of increasing reservation, giving it to A, B, C, D, you name it in different parts, different states, different thing, eventually brain drain will happen. And as a famous IITian said, brain drain is better than brain in the drain. And that's exactly going to happen if you keep on increasing this.
Ashok Bharti ji, would you want to come in here? You know, there are enough and more people who will argue, and I'm sure this is your argument as well. I don't want to second guess you, that merit and reservation, you know, these are not binaries. Don't have this debate in these binaries. There's a lot more to it.
I think
but imagine a person like me.
No.
Mr. Bharti, imagine a person like me or Mr. Subramania, who are middle class, upper middle class, who don't fall into any category. We are looking at this entire debate. Yeah, we are looking at this debate playing out and thinking to ourselves, Hamara kya hoga? And where is the Lakshman Rekha? Where do you draw the line? No one is saying there should be affirmative action. No one is saying there should be any quota.
We are the cartoon in K. Lakshman's Common Man.
Okay, Mr.
If
Bharti.
I could say, if I could begin, let me take the argument one by one. And I hope that you will, you know, give me little patience. That first of all, Mr. Subramaniam is entirely wrong on the time period of the reservation as far as the jobs are concerned. He has not read the Constitution. Let him read the Article 16.4 and then come back to us. That it is not for 10 or 15 years, the job reservations or improvement in the socio-economic condition was till they reach to the rest of the population. So that is, there is no time limit for the reservation in jobs and all that. Reservation, the condition for 10 years was for the political reservation, which being repeatedly renewed after 10 years. That is the one. So now second is, let me share that, let me put a counter question. Okay. For example, you don't accept the reservation in job and everything. Can Mr. Subramaniam or BJP or any person, and for the matter of sake, you anchor yourself, you know, who says that Hamara kya hoga? Can you tell me what guarantee can you give? Do you have any program to guaranteeing representation of every social section in the jobs, in the economy, in the business, in the media? Do you have any program for that? Till you don't have any program, reservation is the best mechanism. And if it is 75%, if it represents the people, fair, it is a very good mechanism to bring the people who are not part of the government machinery, who are not representing the government. One. The second is, you said that, let me ask a counter question also. How many of people are like you who are asking that, where will we go? Have you got any data with you? Do any data subscribe that how many people like anchor you are who will be devoid of this reservation? How many people are those? I guess this is where the government has to carry out the caste reservation.
The caste census has not been made public.
Don't get agitated. Please don't get agitated.
The caste census has not been made public.
Let me complete.
No, sir. Don't worry.
Madam,
Sir,
let me make a rebuttal.
I just want to make a quick point for our viewers.
Okay,
Mr. Subramaniam, wait. Mr. Bharti ko complete karne dijiye. Let's Mr. Bharti complete.
The caste census once again. Yeah, let government conduct a census with caste, class, everything, and present the fact before the people. How many of the people like you are illiterate or without job or have no land, or you know
So these have not been made public.
That's what I'm saying. That let the government call the caste census absolutely in 2021. Why government is hiding? Why intellectuals are backing? No, there should not be any caste census. Why intellectual people like you are opposing the caste census? That I don't understand. Let every country organize census to learn the factual condition in the country. Why we are scared of that?
Okay, Shreya, let me give you one rebuttal here.
Mr. Subramaniam, okay, come in.
2022, Justice P.B. Padriwala in Supreme Court had clearly said reservation cannot continue indefinitely. Mr. Ashok, please go through the judgment before you pass the comment that reservation has no time limit. And please understand.
Well, Mr. We do not agree with the judiciary full devoid of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and OBC. We do not agree the opinion of the judiciary in such matters.
Time and listen. Please understand the consequential impact of
I will not understand unless judiciary is representative of the Indian society. I will not understand such judgment at all.
Ensure that the meritocracy in this country is gone down the drain. And this is Supreme Court's judgment. It's the Honorable Court where Justice Padriwala had specifically said reservation cannot go on indefinitely. And if you think reservation can go on indefinitely, please apply the model of Congress for 50, 60 years and get to a country where there will be intellectual bankruptcy after economic. This is my take on it.
Okay. Mr. Bharti, I can give you 10 seconds to respond, and I'm going to wrap the show because I have Manikam, yes, Tagore of the Congress Party joining me as well. Yes, sir, go ahead. But, boliye.
Yeah, let me tell the story of the meritocracy. 80 crore of the people of this country are being given grains because of the meritocracy.
That is economic
75% of the children and the women are anemic because of the meritocracy. Mr. Subramaniam, listen to me. Fact. Listen to me.
Mr. Subramaniam, Mr. Subramaniam, let's listen to what Mr. Bharti is saying. Now, then I'll come back to you.
Anemic because of the meritocracy.
No.
Yeah.
You know, Shreya, I do not seek to speak out of entitlement.
Women are anemic. Look at the...
Sorry. Shreya, may I please have 10
Let Mr. Bharti complete his point. Mr. Bharti, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Aiyshwarya and Vijay Prasad, I'm coming to you. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let him complete his point. He's making a valid point. No, I have not. I started with you. Give me a minute. Let's hear him out. He's a citizen of this country and he needs to be heard as well.
You look into the data of the literacy. About 40% of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, more than 40% of the scheduled tribes are still illiterate. This is the pure meritocracy of this country. The more than 50% of the women are anemic, and lots of children die before they, before they attain the age of the 5. And 80 crore of the people are being fed because they are unable to earn their livelihood. The government is feeding them with this, so this is the meritocracy. We can't create jobs. We can't. So why meritocracy failed in creating enough job, livelihood options, enough economic boon to the people? This is the merit. This is the merit you are talking about, Mr. Subramaniam.
Okay, Mr. Subramaniam, please don't respond to that because Vijay Prasad and Aiyshwarya Mahadev want to come in. I can just give you 10 seconds and then I have to wrap the show. Go ahead, Aiyshwarya, you could start.
You know, Shreya, I'm not going to be despicably entitled about it. And even though I will never be a beneficiary of any of the reservation policies in the center of the state, I live and work in a place where social mobilization is so hard for communities that without reservation, they will never even have a chance of moving upwards. And that is the intention of it. For a party that basically did mandal ka mandal, for them to talk about social justice is harrowing. But the fact of the matter today is for the 4 or 5 people here that can have these conversations of privilege, the reality on the ground is so different that these people do not have social capital, means of upward social mobilization, and without the benefit of reservation will never come forward. For the entitlement of Mr. Subramaniam, there are crores and crores of people on the ground that are not even first generation educated, and it is 2023, Shreya. That is why a country like India needs to bridge the gap.
Where do you draw the line?
No.
Where you need to bridge the gap, but where do you draw the line? That is a simple question. There are also enough and more families where you have had a father who's a government servant, where you have had a son going on to become an IAS officer and the daughter topping the IAS exam. That's the creamy layer. And that is a reality as well. Where do you draw the line?
System because of the fact
From
that you think there are no checks and balances.
From 50% to 75% to 90%?
You are depriving
100%.
people of a better
ahead.
tomorrow. On this presumption
No. Shreya,
of
Shreya, I would
entitlement
like to come in
that
here.
you believe
So
the
I would like to
meritocracy will be
intervene
put
here.
down. I think it's
Okay.
extremely fallacious, and I think it's
Okay,
extremely
okay.
privileged.
Give me a minute. I'm already over on this show.
Yeah. Okay.
Aishwarya,
Shreya,
theek hai. I've heard you. Vijay ji,
Shreya,
only 10
Shreya,
seconds. Huh?
See,
Huh.
okay. Yeah. See, I will stick to my 10 seconds. Congress was in power for 70 years. They have kept the entire system under so much of stress now. See, now what has happened over a period of time, they have taken out their brain. Congress has taken out their brain and pushed it under the drain. This is what they have done. See, when they were in power for 70 years, they have not done any kind of social justice. Why did they not uplift the people? Where were they? See, when they are arguing so much on just parts, Karnataka people are very wise and they don't fall into the trap of Siddaramaiah, and they are promising
Okay.
the moon which they cannot even fulfill at this point of time. This is what my take is, and this is my party take.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining us on the broadcast. It was important to hear all your views. So thank you very much. It was very important for us to hear all sides of the story. I think we've done that. And we'll just let our viewers come to whatever conclusion they want to come to. Joining me now is senior